This is GN Radio UK. Welcome to Thursday.
You make my life feel brand new.
Yo, this song.
Jesus, you love me too much, oh. Too much, oh. Too much, oh. Excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh. Too much, oh. Too much, oh. Excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh.
This is your number one radio station. Tune in and rip the knob off.
This is GN Radio UK.
Yes, good morning to you all. Yes, gradually we are getting to the end of the month of October.
This is GN Radio UK.
Your love for me too.
Already we are on the 29th day of October, and it's Thursday. It's a rainy day as well. The name still remains the same. It has not changed.
You make my life.
And of course, you're listening to GN Radio UK. To all our tuning family, we say a very good morning to you.
much, oh, too much, oh.
And to our brothers and sisters, aunties, uncles that are listening to us via, watching us via our Facebook handle, we say a very good morning as well to you.
Too much, oh, excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, excess.
Is Ghana broke or not? A question that a lot of people are finding hard to answer. This morning we shall be speaking to Mr. Issa Nasara of the NPP party here in the United Kingdom. Also, we'll be speaking to Felix Manti, the PPP national communicator director. We will be speaking to him right here this morning.
You're amazing. You make my life feel brand new. All your promises are.
And so that's the synopsis that I'm giving you this morning.
You're not.
Our special guest is Mr. Issa of the NPP party.
Jesus, you love me too much, oh. Too much, oh, excess love, oh.
We'll be talking about our brothers and sisters that live in the Zongo communities. What are the interventions and the policies that the NPP party so far has done for them that has very benefited them since the swearing in of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Too much, oh, excess love, oh.
Our finance minister was in Parliament yesterday.
Too much, oh, excess love. Too much,
The question will be asked, what was our finance minister doing in Parliament yesterday?
oh, excess.
What took him to Parliament yesterday?
Your love for me too much, oh. Too much, oh, excess love, oh. Too much, oh.
Yes, the finance minister was in Parliament to give us the first quarter of our budget for the year 2021.
What manner of love?
Jack, hey, Ghana, Sisapao, those days, you can't friend is a budgeter. Hey, you're not. Ubi nan ubi adebi. I read those time pa Kwame Pepramo time when you have fat bag, brown bag, CB, you be ready, what it even in one from no other. His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor and obey and simple. I need at what was so I do a year. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Too much, oh.
Jack and Mercisa and Brenzo Dane.
Too much, oh, excess love, oh.
MPP a year or Mampain Dada a year John Ejekum Kufuor. His Excellency dear Nyansapo, Obai Obesisemu. Those days, pa Rollins time, but na finance minister better now, pa or baking kind people sana, yeah.
Too much, oh, too much.
And so yesterday, the finance minister, Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, was in Parliament House
Your love
to give us the first quarter of the 2021 budget.
too much, oh, too.
Because it's an election year and it's because of the elections, the finance minister, per the constitution of our country, does not permit him to go on for the full budget. So what he does is that he gives a budget for only for the first 4 months, the first quarter, and then if after election, the government that would take over, whether if it's continuation or whether if it's a new person coming to take over the helms of affairs, that person's will be given the full budget for the whole year.
Jesus, your love
And so the finance minister was in parliament yesterday, and he requested of 27.4 billion Ghana cedis for the first quarter. Even before the finance minister came out to tell us about the amount of money that he was going to request, I just said it I posted it on my Facebook wall and saying that the finance minister is going to request some amount of money, and I gave the exact amount of money, which was 27.4 billion on my Facebook wall. We were privy to the information even before the finance minister went to parliament. My question I want to ask this morning is that, do you think that the amount of money that has been asked by the finance minister, do you think it's a fair amount of money? Is it too small, or you think it is too much?
Your love for me too much, too much, too
1 hour rainfall in Accra today has resulted in many loss of properties. What at all can we do as a nation to help these perennial flooding in a capital city? As early as 8:30 this morning, we'll go and look at the weather forecast. There is a shortage of water in Wale Wale. Residents living in Wale Wale are complaining of shortage of water. But come to think of it, what happens to all the rain that falls? Why don't we do storage of rain fall in some parts of these northern region? I tell you what, we do not expect that His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo can and will be able to solve all our problems, but I know for sure that most of these leaders have the will to do the best that they can.
Unconditionally, thank you for loving me too much. Thank you for loving me too much. Thank you for loving me too much. You love me too much.
Yes, of course, too much love from our dear God this morning for us. And this morning, there is some story that we'll be sharing with you very soon. Exactly at 8:30, I'll bring you the weather forecast. Yes, of course. Yes, start your day with this.
I worship you today.
It's very important to start your day on a positive note.
Come and manifest yourself.
No matter the problems that you face. Remember to start your day with this. If God is for me, who can be against me?
You've got fire.
Before you go outside, before you step out of your door,
You see,
say to yourself, if God be for me,
even the deepest secret.
who can be against me?
Expose every evil. Consume every wickedness. You are the all-consuming fire. Come and manifest yourself.
The same one who appointed you, the same one who knew you in your mother's womb.
You see
The same King of Kings and the same Lord of Lords will never leave you nor forsake you.
Consume every wickedness. Give us the victory, Lord. Come and manifest yourself.
And so this morning, before you step out, say to yourself, mention your name boldly in believing on what you are saying. Say, if God be for me. Nane Kuya, if God be for me. Nana Santienchi, if God be for me. Kwabena Meni Ampon, if God be for me. If indeed God be for me, Dr. Rena, who should I be afraid of if God be for me? Do not doubt whatever you're going to do outside. For the God that we serve and the God that we worship has many, many ways that he blesses a man.
You've got fire in your eyes. Nothing hides from you. You see everything, even the deepest secret of men, Lord. Expose every evil, consume every wickedness. You are the all-consuming fire. Come and manifest yourself. You got fire in.
This morning I'll be giving you some statistics about the number of people that sleep outside that do not have a place. I'm talking about homelessness in the city of Accra.
The secret of men, Lord. Expose every evil, consume every wickedness. Give us the victory, Lord. Come and manifest.
Remember that if you start your day with a doubt factor, you've already lost it. If you start your day with something that you are going to doubt, hey, inti sanity, hey, nyankopon so be shira me, was me the be land na obe shira me, hey, abesi ne, me hu me nkrata da ben ne beba, afi kura de yesi abesi sankrata ndimu ebe ye den na nyankopon shira me. Just leave how God solves the problem. Leave it on to God. Do not doubt how God does his own thing. All that you have to do is just believe in him. All that you have to do is trust God.
Consuming fire.
Believe in his miracles because he works miracles. The ways of God is not the way. That is when God makes you a shining light.
Soul on fire, manifest yourself through me, Lord. Speak through my voice, Lord. Through my eyes. You are the
All the way in Toronto, Nekana Zemye.
come and manifest yourself.
See about Kurunim Nimne Kwanya maybe fast will be trying.
Make me a shining light.
And so any catching young couple when Yamsi, I didn't hear who told the Suano.
Manifest yourself.
I see a gem vida idea won't two young coupons Suano.
Speak through my voice, Lord.
When near Hamo that.
Speak through my eyes. Yeah.
And a Toronto Abontins who yet miss Abontins which you yet me a car.
Come and manifest yourself.
I can see up Yanakayo.
Come in fire.
Former Glamour Managing Director of Air Kumasi Abontins. This year, Papa, Okuma, Wogana, near Wako Pia Toronto.
Yeah, consuming fire.
I say, I'm not who two young coupons were.
I bow before.
Indeed, I didn't Dibwa in ye. And I Kwame Kobe, ye Kanzu, and Mitimi Kebi. It was yes in Konyani and Jim Ardinia and Jimmy advice, and ye. Sana Yanko Poyana Hadie. Found to so why no one knew him more. And here the amount for Bikika. And yes, a common. Yeah, I'm a cousin. I can't. Abel, and I can't ask him. ɔsɛ sɛ nyansa na anyɛ adwuma no adwene ɛyɛ sɛ sɛ nyansa na anyɛ adwuma a bɔde ne brɛ ɛnso nyansa deɛ Nyankopɔn na de ma Nyankopɔn nsi wo hini a you see the we don't need Enunti ana me say wo de yenko yebekwa kotie eye weather forecast ye ba ye be hyase papa ameka wo se me ne aye de so tell a friend to tell a friend. Why? So one funny station, one fun to GN Radio UK. We call it Facebook. We be come. So and a YouTube and so what type a GN Radio UK. So yeah, YouTube and so we with me share. I follow you, Mr. But more than follow you. Why? Yeah, enko for a weather forecast no. Emra. One more say I see and pay me the weather forecast no. Me the ebrewo udi yaso neti. Aha, yaso neti womo anope womo she Dr. Renasia ye weather forecast ne bro neti.
Parliament of Caribbean food. Parliament of Caribbean food. Yeah.
With a lot of showers, especially once again in the west and also the south. Now through the day some of those will be heavy, potentially with some hail and thunder, and there will be blustery winds. Some of them will be about 10. Now, through
Yes, anti send a weather forecast no etie ena no pay send etie no and just say ensure no eguguso a peti throughout ene enra so ensure so ekoto wo enkran abonten so eto wie no enresi ebenya pictures ni bia na yemfama etiefo no mo hwe send etie no sana Met officer wo Ghana so e de atodwa se yemomodiana enkankyere Ghana fo se wo mo hwe de o kwa bontia serewa bomodia na hwene yi na kai hunu se ensuo no gusu a totototo why ensuo no gusu a totototo ntino Met office fo se yemomodia na yemwa abusuafo nyina yeni mo Ghana no se this particular season the instituto yenwa na Ghana no ewu no and ensuo no to ba ko ejie mu ba ko pepepa na afedie ensem bebre ana brebre yen ewo Ghana ti enra ensuo etoye ewa kra 1 hour pe o ensuo no to 1 hour pe ni wie ye na je se enu akire no je se wo hwe nsem a esisi pa na semo a mebusa se edi empa na local council fo yi MMDC sifui assemblymen fui tete Ghana won mu nnwuma wo mo ye no nti eso ani pa de bia ne ye di problems ne ye di judge ye di boy ye politicians fo chief executive officers fo ye adwuma wo Ghana nti wo mu nnwuma ye no kra no esenye nti ebe sida ben enko sida ben pa ne ye beka se ye se ye suban anti hwe ensuo to enra ya Renkran abonten 1 hour pe ready renkran abonten ai 1 hour pe enso obi ji aketua wo a wo ye adwo obi ji aketua wo local government efo popo modi ansan kanioma wo ye na efo wo ye ne yie e ma Ghana fo nya ho mfaso okwa officer no the lotto paper no the 20 no work wo frame enso aketua ne baba yentua no ka ne ekɔ demonstration say yentua yeka ye productivity mu aketua na ngasi ye pa abrochire yontimi mamba ye lazy o debi da na hwan na betua wo rent ama wo eno a we de ma ni kokonsa kakra bi eno na me gina train station wo na me twa me train ade aba adwuma na enkukrafo ye alatafo mpapafo me omani afi ana maami panyin bi so na omani afi be papafo me ensa ana baba ko ana ada yifo nsusu gina Eastern Europeans fo big kakai ho gina train station e train na papa ba ko bi na no a na ensu na start say airpit hey this one if na hometown if na Nigeria by this time I don't dey sleep Papa ne say if Nigeria by this time I don't dey sleep and then down for the guy say down na Nigeria for here go and sleep now who go pay your rent for you eti anga se agitum se Ghana ye kwa Africa na anga se agitum se ye koye ye ho anga sa yanga se agitum per conversation ya wono tre no wo tre se Nigeria dey wada but abroche no ntumi na because oda one e go to an rent di amano the attitude of us no we need to change it begins with the mindset so penny Now, if you say a United Kingdom, 151 over United Kingdom under this particular condition, I want to know. Now, the conversation be another me paying back within common on what na chromo ache. Men are not down for. Now, you didn't come on. I'm saying, hey, T. Damn, I'm mobile chroma over 40 years. No, now what are they saying? Not jacket, not to say, not when you're to say nice and now jacket, papa about to be shown one is on them cries idea. What sort way body warm. I mean, I'm easy. One consensus wa better bunting. One consensus wa better bunting. Yes, I will call to be bought 12 hours. Now you ask I could bought 2 hours as also, but 14 hours. When you be if you carry you be pay the near the one and the animpo the amawo. The Baba broach that you to me boy and one more than a pay the conversation ala tafoi and papa benfoi with all respect to concern me. What's your conversation now? In short, to say if Nigeria by this time I don't they sleep. And about chance na Nigeria but for year. If you like, go sleep. Now, who go pay your rent? Yet to Ghana, certain things I say to me here near to the boy or my Ghana. No, we are expecting some politicians for ending. Ever train Komoa, Sanso, and I ora, Felix Manti, one a PPP, one more communication director, one on anybody in Como, yes, PPP before flag bearer, Miss Bridget Jugbenuku, Greater Accra to Washasie, well, they are PPP more and anybody in Como, Sanso Anna, I'm paying that John Dramani Mama, so Greater Accra. Now the Dango Kufuado, His Excellency, one of the Tia Kunyanes, the reigning title champion, and was a 4 more for him. One of the was a show boy, or no so nam Greater Accra. Now the Accra, I was Greater Accra, politicians if we way, I was Greater Accra. I'm not sure the intra. The science and data are a friend is more than apartheid. Younger saying you are paying. Won't me cano. Was it this year's election is all about science and data. It's going to be, it's a movement. As for the apartheid, I don't know about it, but I know it says it's a movement to win the power again. The reason why politicians are so engrossed say one campaign will be more intensified in Greater Accra. I'll tell you. It's all about the numbers because it's the numbers. Now Greater Accra, this particular year, one more about. One more doors, Papa Panti. What me we need Greater Accra pa? Let us about 20 there. Unam kwan so a wo kwa no. So be we ni bi. Unam kwan so a no. We will talk about all these ones, but you know, you heard the attitude. Your attitude as Ghanaians. Your attitude as Ghanaians. What may the roads be better to no I share the kind of roads. Well, you see this year, it has been declared a year of roads. But you the better na ya hwehwe nneema ekomu na ye hu nneema ekokkoso na we hu say yes and you know ye the nneema no better to so and ye the nneema better tumu na my cow say NPP Nasara wo mo mpanyimfo enu amatwetwe nkomo and you much try and dear my Yama Zongo communities. Well, much try and the entire SS, Yenuanum Muslimi for any Yenuanum man and member Mutiti a year Zongo communities, no kind of Zaungos. One back to Abba, Ediama, the NPP party, and then no Yanim Como, no much trying a quine cra, a Faswa, and so much to Abana de Mawo. But before no. Yanko tien sambia EPA emra yankasa ye finance minister Ken Oforiata eko PMU or parliament but then na mpesa me catch will say is Ghana broke or not? Ghana ya broke and I broke here. Do we need that? Because under John Dramani Mama IMF Kuroya Babe kan sambia to ya no so maybe say Ghana I broke, let's face it and be honest. The truth is bitter. But for me, as a communicator, as a journalist, for me, the truth is bitter. MPP, they should not fight. And I don't belong to any political party. Party being no because me crown card. No political party. Ne because me see me jai political party. No party politics. Me jai ache. Am I man paying that I can't? Any baby coin. I'm jai here because proud to that. No what chere and you be brave. No what chere the importance of nyama be brave. Bia na ye jitumu. Tina ye ma Ghana home. Adwene no ebe di ye nim same party no. And Tinyama Biwa, ye share chini a henas, ye cast your cost, is going to go against Ghana. And for me, when we come to the economy now, it's broke. We should accept it. I know, sir, the ministers and other things, they will come up, but they should tell Ghanaians and say, yes, we are. And so we don't need the say, yeah, you broke. Because the 70%. And the IMF never can't. So on top will be a new Furiata. I would win the winter. You're going to Yentiti and Semna a free and painful hoba a chese yentwa to as one young common woman na ye hun semwa a copy mu ewo a parliament emra the finance minister wo copy mu na we de yen kone enhwe entin semni bi na yes of course on
the NDC on government's debt accumulation record.
Those who mismanage the economy for us to come and fix it are the ones wishing Ghana ill. My message to them is this: there is no turning back. HIPIC is behind us. Economic mismanagement is behind us.
We have details of the budget presented to Parliament today as a minority insists the economy is broke.
Out of that 27 billion, over 10 billion of that amount would be used to service debt. It tells you that this country is broke.
Antisena etiano no na yanko hwehwem ni enti nsensem we fa ho nyina baby I bedu ya and enti CC ni yakwa akodu ha na ene ye be kyerɛkyerɛ mu nyina kama pepe. Of course, the station now would you know GN Radio UK.
This is GN Radio UK.
Now my main house also say there's only at 9 a.m. Pepe yeni MPP Isa ebetwetwe enkomo about Nasara Hunsen Semwo the entia say Ghana fo nyina sa to aba no e de man na do danko Akufo-Addo
Ofori-Atta has today been making bold declarations about a rebounding of the Ghanaian economy following the devastation caused by the coronavirus pandemic. In a statement to Parliament, Mr. Ofori-Atta asked to spend 24 billion cedis till March next year. In the last couple of days, the minority had attacked government's debt record, with former President John Mahama declaring that Ghana is back to being a heavily indebted poor country. Well, today the finance minister fought back and in fact announced there will be more borrowing from the international capital markets, up to $5 billion. More on that shortly. But first, why is the finance minister so confident Ghana's economy will recover faster than anticipated?
The robustness of our macroeconomic fundamentals and the efficacy of government COVID mitigation measures have been borne out by recent indicators. According to the Bank of Ghana's survey in August 2020, consumer confidence is bouncing back strongly and is currently above pre-COVID-19 lockdown levels. Business confidence has also increased, although below pre-lockdown levels. About 95% of businesses surveyed showed strong optimism, reflecting the improving macroeconomic conditions, stability in the exchange rate, lower input prices, moderation in lending rates, and positive industry prospects. Accordingly, the projected GDP growth rate 2020 reported in July has been revised from 0.9% to 1.9% to reflect these dynamics. As the Bank of Ghana stated, the green shoot of rebounding economic activity are clearly with us. We must be thankful to God for these encouraging developments. This and other assessments provoke a degree of optimism and reveals that the swift, bold, and effective measures implemented by government have been key in quickening the pace of economic recovery. This is the competent leadership we promised under President Akufo-Addo. Indeed, the President's decisive and compassionate leadership in these challenging times have been internationally acknowledged and has added to our reputation as a black star of Africa. Mr. Speaker, I want to reassure the House that despite the setbacks from the pandemic, we are on track to recover.
Well, the finance minister had been accused by the NDC of supervising a return of the country to being HIPC. He took advantage of the 2021 expenditure in advance of appropriation. That's the technical term for what he did today before Parliament to fight back. Well, this is his reaction to all that.
Former President took an economy that was $64 billion in 2013 and shrank it down to $55 billion in 2016. This means that for 4 years in office, that administration managed to achieve an unenviable record of reducing the Ghanaian economy by nearly $10 billion US. These, Mr. Speaker, are the facts. Mr. Speaker, in 2001, Ghana had no choice but to swallow upright to sign up to the HIPC initiative, a legacy led by the outgoing NDC government. Thankfully, Mr. Speaker, President J. Kufuor got us to completion point in record time and came out of HIPC. By 2014, barely 2 years in office, President Mahama's homegrown economic policy had failed and Ghana signed up once again onto an IMF program. The Akufo-Addo government took Ghana out of the IMF program in record time. Ironically, those who mismanage the economy for us to come and fix it are the ones wishing Ghana ill. My message to them is this: there is no turning back. HIPC is behind us. Economic mismanagement is behind us. The economy is stronger today than it was 4 years ago, and will continue to grow stronger and stronger with 4 more years to do more for the people of Ghana with God's help.
Well, in fact, they announced that there actually will be some more borrowing, up to $5 billion US from the international capital markets.
To support the 2021 budget and liability management, we plan to source funding from the international capital markets. This will comprise the issuance of sovereign bonds of US $3 billion, with the option to increase it to $5 billion should market conditions prove favorable. Out of the amount to be raised, $1.5 billion will be used to support the 2021 budget and $3.5 billion for liability management.
Yes, of course. Into way any and somewhere a cause well and Emra man finance minister Ekopiemu the Parliament House and what church and sensing na media the always says that the truth is always bitter, and so politicians I know sometimes to go into this year's election, you know, in 71 as a walk can one can year now I really a month for ajiwanu akwakosi baby na afedi akwakwa hawo, because we all know say election time no the banisa anwa people wants to make sure that they get people to vote for them, and then the senior your finance minister or the two jano pepe ana eja yenyi bi emfrim ya mfa bi nso anka ho a ye kote ne kan yentie we na ye ba ye mfa ye nkomo no entoa eso.
This is
ghana.com. It's ghana.com. So when you say baby, I will be out when you can have. Who makes me out down?
Shito delight. Shito ne desi. Hey, what can no share? One can share ya, but more than so be Jodie. So call Ghana shopper busa Adum Shito delight. So open the door to a phrase 07985279891. No more rain fee. Say Adum Shito delight in Kenya in the one. In CPC. I didn't know.
Ghana.com. It's Ghana.com. So when you say baby, I will be out when you can have. Who makes me out down?
Parliament of Caribbean food. Parliament of Caribbean food. Yeah. $164. Paramount.
What can one share? One can share ya, but more than so be Jodie. So call Ghana shopper busa Adum Shito delight. So open the door to a phrase 07985279891. No more rain fee. Say Adum Shito delight in Kenya in the one. In CPC.
This is GN Radio UK.
Yes, let me remind you that very shortly we'll be speaking to Issa Ayoma. He happens to be the MPP Nasara coordinator here in the United Kingdom. Yes, of course. And so, yeah. I mean, I would say, Issa Ayoma, or no, NPP, Nasara coordinator, United Kingdom. And he, every train come on, and I don't pay, and nobody didn't come out Issa Ayoma, United Kingdom MPP Nasara, coordinator. Nobody didn't come out after Zongo communities. The challenges, the gains, asset before. And when His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo bedi aye womo animu no enwema ben na wo boshe ben and wo kachire wo no mo boshe no wedi so ana wo ni so ntino and you bedi di ho nkomo na ahwe na afin so the importance wo no mo as diasporans and and I'm saying to me enkonkoto abani bi no and Europa no so amaso no and hye ben and aye Nasara wo no mo aya amode airtie aye wo no mo nua MPP fuochi ewo efie na mahwe na bibia so akọ ne yi kama Yankone come on akwa. Good morning Ayoma. Oh, I'm Yes, of course. Ayoma, you ready? Tiebeko na yamano akwaba. Na good morning, boss.
Good morning, Dr. E. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Yourself? How are you this morning?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Isa, let's look at the party, your party, the New Patriotic Party, the promises that they made for the Zangos communities. So far, let me hear from your part what exactly the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo led government has been able to do for the MPP. But before we go on that question, before you answer that question, for the purpose of those that are watching you and are not really familiar with who you are, if you can briefly introduce yourself for our viewers, please.
Okay, thank you so much again, Dr. E. My name is Isa Ayoma, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Isa Ayoma, MPP UK Nasara coordinator, and I'm the senior UNPP UK communication team member. And yes, Isa was born in Timpani, that is the Upper East region, but was raised up in the southern part of Ghana. Isa Ayoma joined the MPP in 1992. And since then, I've been with this party for all this while. And I know the important and competent this party can do for the country. And that is the reason why you can hear me this morning. And to your listeners and viewers, I much appreciate their time, their effort to listen to us this morning and hear what is really on the ground and what the Nasara is all about and the Zongos are enjoying now as the MPP is in power today. So for now, my greetings goes to His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, the entire team of MPP around the world, the Chairman, the General Secretary, and everyone who is making effort that the party works for Ghanaians. And thank you, GM Radio, for giving us this opportunity, because I think last 2 years or 3 years, I've been with GM Radio for all this while. So I know the competence that you people have also got. My regards to everyone at GM Radio, especially you giving me this opportunity this morning. I thank you so much for that.
We are also most grateful for your time. Now, let's look at Nasara. What is Nasara? People talk about Nasara. What is Nasara all about?
Nasara, if you bring the word back to this thing, English or any language in Ghana, English is like victory. That is the word meaning of Nasara. Or it's like a blessing. You get it? So, and if you go it to Chi, it's like Inshira. And if you go it to, that is the Hausa, that is Nasara. Or Islamic or Arabic is Nasara. Something that has been blessed, or it has get victory in it. That is the meaning of Nasara. So yeah, Nasara is something that when you look at it, because of the word that we use it is from Arabic language, but it translated into Islam. And you know, majority of Northerners are Muslims. And that is the reason why we are using that Nasara. And Nasara works as something that it gives you courage. It gives you power. It gives you everything that you, if you are looking for something or you are fighting for something, don't look back. You continue to fight, and you get the victory and the blessing. So that is the reason why we are using it in our context or in our party, to make sure that our brothers and sisters who are from the Zongo communities and northern part of Ghana, to brace on that, but rather than fighting with physical fighting. If I say fighting, some people think that using your muscles and your height and your distance is something that we call it a fight. Fighting is the spirit and the mentality that you never lose hope of something that you are looking for, to put it together to make people survive on it. That is what I mean fighting, but not something that you use your physical strength and then beating people up and whatnot and so on. That is not what I mean.
So what was some of the specific things that Nasara was campaigning for prior to 2016 election? What were some of the things that Nasara was calling for that in 2016? And what are some of the things that since His Excellency came to power, the things that you were calling for, has that things been granted? Have you been able to receive what you were calling for? Just marry these two together. Before 2016, the things that made Nasara very vociferous everywhere. And I remember the chairman, I've forgotten his name, way back in Ghana. He was one of these Ghana Blasters campaigners. He's a lover of football as well. And I remember him so vividly that in 2016, he was everywhere in all the Zangos in Ghana. Everywhere he was. What are some of the things that you guys were crying for? And today, have you guys been able to receive those things?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. D. Dr. Rin. Yes, I've forgotten my national Nasara coordinator, who is Alhaji Haruna Futa.
Yeah, Futa.
He's the one that you are talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our boss. That's my boss as well. So, yes, Nasara is something that if you look at back of 1999, 2000, we started there. You could remember when Ghana turned into the Fourth Republic, there was a lot of violence when it comes to elections time and whatnot and so on. And these are the areas that Zongos are the areas that people go there, political parties goes there, high boys to go and do things that are not supposed to be done. As far as election and democracy is concerned, this is where the MPP dream about it and said, no, people don't have to go through this. So through that, our then Vice President, Alhaji,
Mahmoud Bawumia.
the one who, no, not Mahmoud Bawumia, this thing, Aliu Muhammad.
Aliu Muhammad.
Alhaji
Aliu Muhammad. Yeah.
Yes, he went to the Zongo communities to tell them that, look, this is not the time for this. We need development. We have been left out. People are sleeping in one room, about 5 people, 10 people. This is not what we should go. Look at our Arabic teachers. Look at our Arabic schools. It's not developing. So we should change the lifestyle, the attitude that we have been using in terms of elections and whatnot and so on. Come together and make sure that we vote a political party who can think about them and do something about the situation where they are. So because of this, Nasara was formed. And when Nasara was formed, the people started listening. The Zongo people started listening. So prior to 2016 election, yes, we did a lot. If you quite remember, when His Excellency, the former President John Agyekum Kufuor came in 2000, 2001, we brought something called the Arabic Teachers Instructions that we employed a lot of Islamic teachers who were across the country teaching in every school in the country, and we're paying them. That really is something like unemployment or people who were sitting without job in the Zongo communities. Because when you had a graduate in your house, then he understands Arabic, he understands English, he understands so many things, but he cannot get employment. So because of that, we took that step. And unfortunately, when we were out of power in 2008, all these things went back into zero. And we started the same thing again, like living in life in so many days. So because of this, when we were going for 2016 elections, we came back to remind them about what we can do for them. And even by that time, we told them that, look, we are going to bring a Zongo ministry, which is going to be a budgetary ministry and a budgetary for Zongos, including our national budget, so that if anything at all that is important, is good for us to develop in the Zongo community through the budgetary, we can be able to do that as simple as ABC, because it is a constitutional or it is a legislative mandate of that. So yes, Ghanaians listened to us. They voted massively, especially some of the Zongo communities that we've never ever had some vote. We get vote from them. We also promised this free senior high school, bringing back the Arabic instructors, etc. We promised all these things, and truly, just for the past 3 years, we've done a lot. Beside that, the president and the vice president wisdom, we created something called Zongo Development Fund. And this Zongo Development Fund is born out of the ministry, which look at the problems, the important things, the critical things, something that is so priority right now, to make sure that we use that fund to bring all those things up. And truly, we look at the food, etc., that people are cooking in the Zongos. I think you have ever ate wache, kose, etc. Yes. So all those things, we use the Zongo Development Fund to professionalize it, to make it look professional. Simply because you used to go there, the food is very delicious, but the environment, you understand, the environment that they are cooking in is not good. So we use these things to let those who are able, who are capable of cooking those food, to register so that we can supervise them to make sure that their food is being packaged well, very neat, and then they sell it. Doing this thing, we get a lot of women and young people who are willing to do that trade to register. So through this thing, it has really helped the Zongo community. Secondly, we have seen that there are so many areas that Zongo communities, they don't have toilet facilities. They go to toilet whereby it will just pain you. So we started putting some toilet facilities in these communities in a way that they can go to toilet in such a way that it will not mix up with what they are eating. You understand? And everybody can testify. If you're a real Ghanaian and you can testify this thing, that yes, it was happening in our country. So thirdly, we also realize that we have to know the number of Zongo communities that we have in Ghana. And I can tell you, it is surprising. We have almost 1,800 Zongo communities across the country.
So that means that when this year the Ashanti Regional MPP chairman says that this year's election is all about is going to be about science and data, that means that the data that you have given to me right now, which is 1,800 Zongos across the whole of Ghana, one would think that definitely, per what you have given to us, the things that you were talking about before and now coming into power, what has been done, one would think that going forward, people will look on some of these things to vote for the MPP party. Now, let's take with this Zongo Development Fund. What has the Zongos community benefited from this particular development fund? What are some of the things that has come out from this particular development fund?
One. The Zongo Development Fund has created, or it has built some agri-thefts across the country. This agri-theft that you are seeing in these Zongo communities is from the Zongo Development Fund. Besides that, we have built so many IT centers and classroom blocks that can be able to educate the children within the Zongo communities. And waterborne project has been done. Because the reason why we are doing all these things, especially the agri-theft, if you look at the highly names in Ghana football, most of them come from the Zongo communities.
The Abedi Peles, the Sulali Muntaris. You can mention, I mean,
Mohamed Gago, Audu Isaka, etc. You see, if you listen the names, and even previously Baba Yaras and whatnot, Abdul Razak, etc.
Bashiru Gambo,
etc. You see, goalkeeper Yoma,
yes.
and whatnot. So you realize that there is a different talent in the Zongo community. So what do we do to bring up this talent? Is to make sure that we get this football pitch so that they can be able to bring that. And that area, I and you live in the United Kingdom. If you go to any community, you find that they've got these athletic parks that people are, in the evening, the children come out and they are playing football, etc. That is where we pick things. And you could see that that area developed as quickly as they can. That is why now, look at our own Thomas Partey. He's taking about £250,000 a week.
A week?
Something that can, yes, a week, 200, just a week. So Thomas Partey 1 month salary is about 1 million. He's getting £1 million. And more parties are coming up. How are we going to bring these people up? We need to think deeper, and that is the vision of the president and the vice president, putting up these things together, making sure that we've got competent people in the Zongo Development Fund and the ministry to bring these things up. That is one. The schools that I'm talking about, everything now is in high tech, is in computer, everything. So we need to develop them as well to make sure that they understand IT, etc. Sorry.
Yeah, and so
sorry about that.
Yes, okay, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
So so I'm at work.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So don't worry. So we can continue. So what happened is that is the reason we are building all these things, facilities. You get it?
Yeah.
So after that, yes, there is more to come. We are now going to put some certain things like, the areas, their roads are very poor. The structure that they are sleeping in are very poor. So we are now trying to make sure that all demarcation across the country will make sure where these our people are living will be like a bungalows or something like that for them to live. Because the more we develop the talent there, the more the talent will also help their community to become a very better place to live. You understand?
Yeah.
Better than leaving them just like that, for everyone to be hanging everywhere, who will struggle all the way to come and get somebody like Ali Muntari. Recently had this thing, Kinvesal manager saying that
Alaji Grusa.
Dishonest, Alaji Grusa, that he's dishonest. It is not him. It is because one person cannot do what everybody will. Yes. But if we get Suleili Muntaris, about 5-10 of them, they can come together, use their money, and build something for the community. You understand? So these are the areas that we are tackling. We are thinking ahead so that anybody in our community or in our country will not be left out. We are letting the Zongo community to feel like they are part of the country. They are not strangers. They are not visitors. They are our country people, and they work hard. Look, if you go to our Zongo communities, there are a lot of people who got money, but how they use their money is another thing. You understand?
Yeah.
So if we manage to bring them like this together, closely to everyone in the government, these monies will be spreading everywhere for us to use the money and develop the country and move the country forward.
Now let's move on to the next one, because I know that as for the AstroTurf, it's there visible, everybody can see it. As for some of the as for the classroom blocks, water projects, and also the toilets that a lot of people are talking about, that how come the MPP is touting themselves and praising themselves and talking about toilets. Why are they saying that toilets? Why are they clapping themselves and so happy when constructing toilets? Do you think that toilet facilities is very important as somebody that hails from the Zongo community?
Very, very important. Why do I say so? Look, if you don't manage the situation of the environment there, to make it hygienic, people can be sick and die all the time. You understand? So anybody who is saying that, why are we clapping ourselves? Toilet facility is one of the best to develop a community. Because without that, I'm telling you, people can die. Or you, the government, you have to spend a lot of money to cure people from illness and disease. You get it?
Yeah.
So the right way is to make sure that you put facilities that will not bring this disease that are going to be a burden for the government. That is one. Two, even you will lose so many lives. And life is important. If you hear the president, as for the economy, we know how to bring it back, but we cannot bring people's life back. And this must go to everybody's mind that it is a deep way to everyone. So if somebody say that I am the Zongo people, I am the people of Zongo as me for over 30 good years, and you go to the Zongos and you buy something, you cannot sit anywhere to eat. You see that person? And if that person couldn't be able to do it for us, and now we've got somebody who is doing it for us, even if he put one toilet and people, as many as can use that toilet for hygienic purpose, that person is the right person for us to follow. You understand? Because it will not kill most of us. We are going to be hygienic, we are going to be healthy, we are going to be so many things. And it is not only one. Anybody who knows Ghana goes to the Zongos and see that, yes, the most even difficult and sympathetic thing is the children and women. You get it?
Yeah.
Women and children are very vulnerable when it comes to hygienic things. So you need to protect these people. And that is the reason why the MPP is so serious about putting these toilet facilities, water, pipe-borne waters, etc., to make sure that we get all these things done. And I believe when this thing was done for the past 3 years, in the Zongo communities, we don't have so many reports of this deadly disease that came, COVID-19, etc. You understand? Because of the pipe-borne water and then toilet facilities, etc. And you know, we Zongo people and Muslims, we wash our hands, do our prayers 5 times a day. You understand? And this really helped that, yes, it prevented a lot of illness from this. So if these people are talking because they've got their own agenda, coming not to look for people, but looking for their own selfish interest, they found that this is not necessary. But we know that this is necessary, especially His Excellency, the President and the Vice President. This is their vision. And it is very important that they give our Zongo communities these facilities to prevent illness and suffering.
Now let's go to the I know, because I will make it short because I know you are still at work, so that at least you can also go and continue the good work that you are doing for yourself and your family. Now let's look at this particular incident about the i.e. some people are saying that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is saying that when he comes, he's coming to build mortuaries that is going to across the nation with the government hospitals. Others are saying that the Muslims or the Zongos do not need interventions like that. What do you say about this particular intervention? Do you think it's something that is beneficial to the Zongo communities?
In the first place, Mr. Mahama is lying. He has nothing to give Zongo communities. He's just fooling the people around. He's just lying. And he himself said that when it comes to election, there are things that you have to lie and then say anything that can convince people to vote for you. He's the one who said it, not me. You understand? That is one. Two, why this time? Why this time? Because you and your political party, has been in power for 30 good years. Was there no Zongos, people dying, mortuary things around? Was there no? What is this time that you are bringing it this time for? So it all bounces back to what he himself said, that when it comes to election, you can lie to an extent that people will buy what you are lying for. So that is one thing that I want people to know. Mahama is lying to the people. He has nothing to offer. And he will never do that. He can never build any mortuary for them. Something that he will not even come back to power. Even if he will not do it, because we know who he is. He cannot keep promise. He cannot keep what he said. And one example is when the whole country, they were trying to come to power. They said when they come, the national health insurance, they will do it one-time premium, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up to today that we are talking, who is enjoying that one-time premium at any place in our country? Can anybody tell me? No one. You get it? That is one example that Ghanaians should know. So this man is just a liar. He has nothing to offer the Zongo community. And the Zongo community people to knows it very well. Because one, this mortuary thing and whatnot is yes, it is important that we've got a decent places that Muslims can handle their cups and whatnot and so on. And that is why Zongo Development Fund and this president is trying to train more people from the Zongo communities that can be able to handle certain things. If you remember, just this year, we sent about 40 Muslim children to Cuba to go and learn medicine. And when they are back, we come, and this year, inshallah, 2021, we are going to send another 40. You understand? So that when they come, they can handle certain things in some of our hospitals, etc., and our communities, and even these keep compounds, whatnot, and so on. That will reduce the burden of certain things like that. When it happened that somebody died, one area that I thought maybe he could have talked about it and we will buy it is the time that if we lost a family member in the hospital, the time in case of accident or certain things, sometimes they do postmortem and whatnot and so on. If doctors can take advantage of certain things and release the cup a little bit earlier for us, if we talk about that, then I will support it. But to come and say that you are going to build mortuary, which our corpse doesn't stay for long, at least 12 hours. It should be buried. 12 to 24 hours. That is how it is. Yesterday morning, I had a call from Ghana, where I used to live in BBNE. One of my friends, according to sources, he was sick 3 days ago and passed away yesterday morning around 5:30 in the morning. The time they sent me message, it was around 8 o'clock. They were in the cemetery to bury him. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. You see, he died at 5:30 in the morning. 9:30 in the morning, they were in the cemetery to bury him. You see, so that is what we need to look at and see how we can be able to transform certain things in the hospitals. You understand? So that they can release the corpse as quickly as we can, especially if we got trained doctors, Muslim trained doctors who knows the custom and the idea of doing certain things. As quickly as they release the body, it's gone. But to say you are going to build mortuary and it is neither here or there, it's just running around for this political things and whatnot and so on. So they are not, our people are not buying it at all. Whenever he even goes there to talk about this thing, they shame him because he doesn't understand. Yeah. So that is either here or there. He's just using it as a political gimmick that is going around doing it.
Now let's
want the Zongo
yes, go on. Sorry, go on.
Need now. All what the Zongo community needs now is to educate the people and unite them and bring them together with every living person in Ghana. Make sure they know, they understand, we tolerate each other. You understand? That is all. And it is through education and giving them these facilities that we are putting in place that will give them the tolerance. We get together and move life together. Nobody is better than nobody. And then life continues.
Now, let's look at the importance of, I just have about 7 minutes and I'll let you go. Let's look at if that is okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Now let's look at the importance and the benefit of the free education, what it has done to the Zongo communities. Has the free SHS be of benefit to the Zongo in particular?
Absolutely, 100%. It's very, very, very important. It has really helped our Zongo people. It has really helped everyone in the Zongo communities, and particularly the northern region and across the country. It has really, really helped everyone. Why do I say so? Previously, people thought that in the north, education or free senior high school was there. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like, because I come from the northern part, and back of the 80s, as I'm talking to you, I would have been someone if that time this policy was there. The policy that was there is just the grant to cook food free for the school children.
So you are saying that in the northern region it wasn't really in particular about free education as in for the northerners, as in tuition paid, but it was just grant to buy food and
yes, it was just the grant and then chalk and pencils, etc. Apart from that, the rest you have to pay. Anybody who attended school in the northern part of Ghana should come and debunk what I'm saying. It is real. That time you have to pay the school fees, admission fee, and exam fee. You need to pay all these things. You understand? But if it is the grant that they supply food and maybe sometimes textbooks and whatnot and so on, yeah. But apart from that, the rest you have to pay, in secondary school especially, as well. You have to pay everything. Plus that, you parents have to buy you stuff and clothe you, school clothing and whatnot and so on. You know? So that has really made a lot of people drop out from school. They cannot attend senior secondary school. But this policy that has come has eaten all those things out. And people they've got a lot of children back to school. And let me give you one example. You remember every year we used to have so many children from the north trooping to the south just to go and do Kayayo.
Yes, of course.
For the past 3 years, can you mention that you see children after school, they are running to the southern part? No. That one has completely reduced. It is those who are still there are doing it.
I know they keep coming, but statistics shows that, because I have a foundation that I do help these Kayayis in the Greater Accra. But it's really what to add to what you're saying. The numbers have reduced. The numbers is not like before. I'm told that the numbers these days have come down, and I don't know. Yes. So continue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we have eradicated completely, but I'm saying that it is not like how it used to be every year those days.
Yes.
Now it has reduced, and people are not even much interested coming down to do that jobs anymore. Why? Because the free senior high school has accommodated most of them.
And even this is a discussion. I always say that I don't do interviews, so it's a discussion. I have, like I'm talking about these Kayayis, where normally they refer to me as Manche Kayayi, and I was speaking to one gentleman, and he works in these people that do sell these meat, cow meat and goat meat.
That's the butcher's house.
The butcher's house, yeah. So he has a shop in Kumasi in the new market, and he was saying to me that, Dr. Ren, honestly, these days we have to go to Burkina Faso to purchase cattle and come. And I said, why? Don't you rear cattle in the north? He said, let me be frank and honest with you as a journalist, and I'm going to be honest here with you. I'm a member of the NDC, but I'm telling you that the free education, when it was implemented, we have a lot of students going to school, so it is hard for we to get students looking out for our cattle for us. And that, to be honest with you, we don't get these young men because all of them have gone to school. And he said it in P. Or say, senior, women in our school, and in free SHS nearby, no, and Kodani and money or fast no one came on Shesuma, CC and Uko because uncle or Mesha Sumawa, Unia Babaka just now a free SHS will go school, I don't want to share Minia Bear my name Sumano. And Cafes no one can't best the school fees Nintino, and you won't come one or five.
Nintino, or now what tongue back one clear any no.
Yes.
That is the impact that has brought to our people over there. So, and I'm telling you that it is something that it has touched many people's life and heart. Why? Because they used to. Some of them used to even they can sell about 5 or 6 cattle just because of one person's school fees. And the most worst thing is that after completing school, he has nowhere to get a job. But today, now, because of one village, one dam, one district, one factory, planting for food and job, and then afforestation, go to the north and see. They have taken that advantage as well. Even rearing for animals and export this thing. People have now started going for loans, these young men, to do that job.
GN Radio UK.
You get it?
Yes.
And the planting for food has even killed the whole thing because there we do a lot of farming. Then this farming too, if it is rain season, we've got this rice, millet, etc. That, and dry season, we've got onions, lettuce, etc. to do. So this one village, one dam has transformed that for them to do that work so that they can get their daily monies and whatnot and so on. So, in fact, to be honest, some of us are sitting here and I can tell you, as I was in the UK, in 2009, 2010, I was looking after 9 children. That is my children and my sister's children. Yeah. And every month, I have to borrow additional money before I can live life here. But after 2016 election, when these things implemented, I can tell you for the past 3 years, I've never sent money to the house.
Is it not because you are an MPP member, so maybe you are getting what buying a was so you are getting 1 or 2 somewhere?
No. What am I getting? I'm not getting anything. I am rather spending money to go to the radio station, etc., to do programs.
Yeah.
Nobody send me money. Nobody. MPP, we prefer making your life a little bit easier than taking the people's money and then you are making your life more burden. Because if they bring me money, that is the taxpayers' money that they are bringing to me. What are they going to use to facilitate things that will benefit those people? You understand? So the best way is to reduce it for myself. My money that I'm getting, I can use it for myself, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that the money that the taxpayers are paying will use for the other people that have no opportunity or have no destination that to get to where they can get. You understand? So these children, since then, I've never paid their school fees, anything at all. The only thing that I do, maybe somebody is not well and probably you will feel like, oh, you can take this one and then that is all. And even with that, most of them have got their national health insurance card. If it is malaria, they treat them freely. It used not to be working. Today it's working. You get all these things. So if somebody is saying that he is coming to do this thing, meanwhile, the person is an immediate person who just left office 3 years ago or 3.5 years ago when Ghanaians were suffering. I can tell you this doomsday and whatnot affected all those areas. They were not doing anything to survive. Today, everything is working perfectly for them. They are not using generators to power anything at all. The little that they have, they use it wisely. And then the electricity is there for them to continue. Road infrastructure has been Tamale, Bolgatanga Boku Road, one of the headaches. This money, the UK government sponsored this thing. I have a video here. If I were in the studio, I would have let you play that video. And you cry your own, you cry how people squander that money from the UK to
Ghana,
develop that road, and that money cannot be found.
I hope you will send a video to me so that maybe probably tomorrow we can just show it after.
You
not
can
now.
play it.
Yes.
Now that this government has taken the step, there is weaknesses. There are people on the ground testifying that this government has really, really surprised them within the short period. You understand? And all what I will do, I'll send you a link. And if you want, you play what we have developed. The Zongo Development Fund has developed Zongo communities across the country. I'll give you every sector, every region, every community. Yes. I'll send it to you, and then one day, probably if I come to the studio live, we can publish it for the people to see. And I'll do that before we go for election.
Finally, before I let you go, because I know that time is running and you have to go back. Finally, what should the MPP Nasara be expected to do? I know that many of you, some of you or many of you may not be able to have the chance to go and vote in Ghana because of the COVID-19 and other things. We were expecting that the Europa will also come on so that we would have gotten the chance to vote, but it didn't come on. I know. Sorry, for those that are calling me, please, I've not opened the phone line yet. I will open the phone line so that at least you can also call and also contribute your quota to this particular station. If you are listening to us also, you can share the video. If you are watching us also, you can also share the video appropriately. For those that are unable to go, Nasara, what is the advice that you are giving to all Ghanaians? Those that are calling us, please, I've not opened the phone line yet. You can call after I'm done with this interview. So the question is, what is the message going forward to people that are here in the United Kingdom that support the MPP, believe in another that are unable to go back to Ghana? What message as a Nasara coordinator of the MPP here in the United Kingdom have for them?
Okay, thank you so much for this. The message that I've got for Ghanaians, particularly, even if you are not an MPP member, but somebody who thinks deeply about what a country should run or how a country should run, should tell your family members back at home that they should maintain the MPP government with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as a leader. He's a leader, not just a president. He's a leader who thinks outside the box. Because if you look at what happened for the past 3 years, I'm not saying that 4 years, because this year, COVID-19 took the whole year.
That's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that even across the world, nobody, no any country, even the super countries, the superpower countries, couldn't manage the COVID-19 situation like what our president, as a leader, did for Ghana. People, we are using it as a priority, telling people, or as a person who come from Ghana, telling people in the UK that, look, our country did even better than the UK. The UK is only that they've got the money, but we have done better than them. So everybody in the UK here, as a Ghanaian, should tell his family members that they should go to the poll on the 7th December, vote massively for His Excellency the President to maintain power or to continue the good job that he's been doing. Because if you look at what he has put in place, we cannot afford to bring the whole thing down. Because planting for food and job is working. One district, one factory is working. One village, one dam is working. National health insurance is working. 300 ambulance across the country. You know, we didn't, most of the time, even we MPP people, we have soon forgotten the 300 ambulance across the country. Something that has never happened in our country. Every constituency in our country has got one ambulance now.
100 buses to the STC, the State Transport Company, buses to SHS people. A lot can be said.
Every secondary school has got a bus now. Every secondary school in the country. So if you look at all these things, it has reduced our burden that we used to have here in the United Kingdom. I can testify that with every member who lives here and used to send money and used to even switch off his phone or her phone because they are calling him or her 24 hours. Today, those things has reduced. You understand?
Yeah.
So that we can maintain MPP and His Excellency the President, who is a real manager. He's not coming to take any pesewa from Ghanaians. And he told Ghanaians, and he did it. All the promise that he said that he was going to do, he has done almost 98% of them. Unless maybe few which has left for him, if not because of COVID-19, he would have fulfilled the whole thing. But because of COVID-19, things have switched a little bit. And he's working so hard. With all COVID-19, look at now, Year of Roads, every country, every part of the towns in Ghana has got a new road that development is running in. So I'm urging everyone. Nasara has already taken our position in our communities, our Zongo communities. We have dispatched so many group of people across the diaspora. Nasara is working on all those things. And very soon, maybe the second or the third batch will be going maybe on this Sunday. Some of us are also going to see to it that our people vote massively for the MPP to continue the good work, to make sure that every society has changed in terms of development and lifestyle of how a country should run. So I'm pleading for everyone in the UK and everywhere across the world to tell their people back at home they should vote massively for His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the parliamentarians, irrespective of whatever it is, they should, if they are voting for Nana, they should vote for the MPP parliamentarian, so that when we get to Parliament, all the things that we are proposing to develop Ghana will be endorsed by our parliamentarian, and then we can work for Ghanaians. We are not there for ourselves, we are there for the people, and they must enjoy the tax that they are paying in the country. They must enjoy it. And that is why we are putting all these programs and policies for them to enjoy. So that is what we are doing now, Dr. Rain.
Thank you so much this morning for your time. And I know that, as you said, we will bring you into the studio one of these days when you are off so that we can do a face-to-face tete-a-tete over here in the United Kingdom.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
That is, yeah.
Because
I'm most grateful.
That is when we'll go into the leadership and other things, and then we will start putting out the facts and the figures out there. This morning, we thank you so much.
Thank you too for and your listeners and the technical team at GN Radio. Thank you so much for having me.
And that was our brother Issa Ayoma, and he is the national coordinator for the MPP party here in the United Kingdom. Yes, of course.
This is GN Radio UK.
Mecca.
Indeed, oh yeah. Oh, see us and Papa be a watty. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Make cry. NT, I just want you to know that per where the MPP took the governance from and where we are now. My guy just said, me no, hey, me no, me nyama adwene say me be ye nam fufu bia ye hwe ni mu o. Debi da. Me nyesa, debi da. That is not my life. Me nyama adwene say me be ye nam fufu o radio so. Abehwehwe nim, debi. Me say opese ye fa down for dia ye mfa no koranya adwuma. So I say ye nanten so dia yemfa no kura nya adwuma. Ye man no kura nya ye touchlight. Because a lot of Ghanaians are suffering. You cannot tell me say it's 3.5 years and ye dibu mine. Na. Even John Dramani Mahama himself, he even said it. What you say? It you know me dey be quite election ni one amenzo me my opinion better to because somewhere around on the 4th of December maybe ani ye bu ye katem near free then ya could do a Ghana pepe on the 7th 8th na 9th na just say free Ghana there baby do kuruma back yan kwang one so when America was say PPP one more running mate heni ya woni ya betwe nkomo na team amen kwang man so na me ba na hello good morning. Hello good morning. Oh, I'm saying my friend the yankwa ha na yanhwade yankwa ha na yanhwa oh my friend no so yes of course GN Radio UK no asuguzu awutie no and team Amenka was GN Radio UK wasuguzu awutie me no and right see me NDC ni me did silence you make actually me say me MPP ni. Oh boy. Aren't you proud as a Ghanaian? I see Dr. Irene, the MPP executive, has said it all. I'm full of goosebumps by the enormous achievement of our dear President Nana Addo's government. For Nana to do more for children's children. Say Gabu and on to the way by. And I'm sure see because I'm the MPP ni. Yeah, media now the bay me. Is you by your board then yeah. Idea and is you by your board, and is you then obey your board. Ghana can't call any issue. A ban infrastructure development ahead, John Dramani Mahama boy Juma, wo boy be pa, His Excellency, wo boy. Let me announce the phone lines right now. But before I announce the phone lines, I want you to know that we should not tickle ourselves for the IMF to come and just take us for granted. No woman, munye broke, munye den IMF yes remo. Any IMF Kroya na John Dramani Mahama Meresu Omebeka send ya wa boy Juma wa yes IMF for yahu IMF for no one na beki kan kire yenye say John Mahama wa boy Juma kama IMF yahu debia no mabeki kan kire yen. But you see, if you are spending what you don't have, you certainly must borrow. You certainly must be broke. What do you say? We common sense, logic. We don't need the IMF to come and tell us that Ghana is broke. But the only thing is, let us put it in perspective. What do you say? I always say, Donald Trump do not need Ghanaians' praises to praise him for Americans to endorse him. Say, November. No. He doesn't need it. So what I say, we don't need the IMF to come and tell us. Because we have fantastic ideas, men and women. Arguably, United Nations meeting, Koswa, Secretary General Kase, we are Ghana in the Dinka Kasa. That is how it has been. That means they are called Ghanaians with the level of respect and intellect. And the IMF for no under NDC, no one will cook a nakrana. Sanya kanu tree mudia. We don't need the IMF to come and they use to try and say, you broke and you broke. We don't need them. Because the all IMF a debt to GDP threshold, no, which is 70%. No. Ghana currently has crossed the threshold set by the IMF themselves. It is the IMF sabe country and see any epic more. Whether see a woman see any more, pay their own threshold. Let us work with them, their own threshold. What do you say? Yes, economics, political science, economics, uni, no, massa, come on. When you spend more than what you have, then it means that we are broke. Just common sense. And this. But then there are factors. Yes. When it comes to the factors, there we can highlight the factors. Then that is where we can say, okay, it is because we have a pandemic, COVID-19. But arguably, COVID-19 is not something, a pandemic is not something that is maybe going to happen in the next year again. Say be I am for young Kosa next year, no, Paibo. Any and near my better to Aquemo. Send a bit to me a son, we are not only in Ghana. Oh, and when you take your friend and saying your tax revenue, which is 42 billion, we use out of the 42 billion, we use 30 billion to service our debt. So, and we in some way IMF we don't need them. And into the year another go for to buy what they can for realize finance minister honorable free because they know Sebio and Sembu can. I so we don't need people like that. Learn to do away with sycophants. It helps the economy. We don't need those kind of sycophancy. Ya school nibi. Ghana for school nibi. MPP for school nibi. NDC for school nibi. Where the you now bomb near you party free near the red, gold, green, kabomu, say mbu or buying Ghana massa. We will be a fantastic nation. I'm telling you. If you put the ideas, I want MPP mu, ideas I want NDC mu. Now you see a kabomu. Hey, you'll be surprised. And we don't need the IMF. MDC near the call IMF from the bay more and the action and free move. Because of pandemic be a buy. It was so. Let's put those things in perspective. My main call phone line is one. My call phone line is quickly. No, my coffee. The running meetings. So you better see and submit me a canoe. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Doctor, good morning.
Pumuti saying. Deputy Communication Officer.
I'm Deputy Communication Officer.
NDC.
Much chief when you're chief when you say after when you have brief and some cano, but when you may be a would be good for my Ghana, yes. Yeah, remember I am not here. But they could do pepens and pepens so be a dear do on say propaganda because so say I'm a issue be about say your debt GDP about 30%. almost in the I am maybe I must send the amount because of the but for customers, one you care for you not understand.
Yeah, World Bank, the end of best and your mammy, Anna.
I am evident. We are must send. Yeah. I know so.
But send the bread, young cross check.
Yeah, we are not cross check.
Yo.
Today, just a simple in America, the list of countries that have qualified for are eligible or potentially eligible. And they may wish to receive HIPIC initiative assistance after February 2020. Ghana, you qualified. Okay.
Yes.
Before receive HIPIC initiative, you can be changed.
Very good.
Now, your HIT is 76.7% GDP ratio. No? Yes, I am eligible. And I'm potentially eligible and may wish to receive HIPIC. Because one year careful. Me, I am not listening to Kojo Fonkoma. I am not listening to anybody.
And you listen to me. And you say, well, listen to me, no one follow me. Yeah. For the past 2 months, my casa Ghana is broke. I've said it. And I'm saying we don't need the IMF to come and tell us say whether we are broke or not.
Oh, you are not broke.
Yes.
Until me, yeah. Me mama DB, me can't. Me mama DB, me the mama. Me can't be ano. Me come after me 2 million matrices. I will send you everything I make. Some countries, I know, so you have it because you're qualified, and now I hit that threshold. About 36 countries, Ghana is among them. It's now, we need 2020 elections. They will apply HIPIC. I am telling you, Ghana is broke. Ghana is intensive care.
I see you.
Yes, I'm talking about the financial sector. In the U.S., 2008, financial crunch happened here. I was thinking, you think U.S. can be agree. Yes, time of U.S. almost called financial crunch, no. They almost be afraid to be TARP. That I mean, by another name, Cuba is about a fellow. Almost you afraid of trouble access relief program.
Yes.
And we are messing with our union because I was saying one morning, the banner to Ghana, because I can't 39 days near Kotoaba. A issue bill, a achievement will be between the former president and the current president. And the TARP, trouble as a relief program, no. Abandon difficult rural banks, including the auto industry, no. And abandoned by a shareholder, all the banks on my reserve, no.
And correct.
It took the $421 billion in money shame. Within years, 5 to 10 years, abandon your close to over 500 billion. Because why I say Ghana, your core should local people marketed by a purpose in the one boss. Over 300 branches or staff.
Customer base, 1 billion and counting.
Yes, thank you. On one loan to the market people, I don't know, you draw a budget here. You said to be an oil growth. It's an oil growth, it's in the budget. An oil growth, so I this loan from those savings and loans and that local banks now. And then on this about India. Not Ghana, local government, taxing. Now, one young fast war, it's dry brano. I didn't say him second in front. I say, why we issue $21 billion Ghana cedis? Every close to bank over 500 banks. Instead of saying, over to U.S. system for the TARP trouble as a relief program, not Ministry of Finance, Bank of Ghana, I buy part of all banks, board and now can be. And in Faso air input and output to Mokao, and to want me yes can for another project. 21 billion Ghana credit. I mean from Freevo.
Yeah, na first form na me call another caller so na yen jimre na bra studio ni endidi hu nkomo. Why?
Yeah, me last year make can who be drew. Na say make because of say see bibi ni maybe so. If I show uni say I trouble gas, get me the buy. Yeah, the buy say yesterday I UK system no. On the UK, maybe I Mr. Where Uti and I say studio no. There pipe gas underground.
Yes.
Yes. We need to know who this year like to fear. Do you want to say what to fear? No gas, you regulating. Your gas company are better for more. And John Dramani Mama, Najim Pumani say, you have contracted company be UK. Your friend, Penson and a Penspin. That's the winning. And the Penspin, I trouble gas and the idea is say, yeah, Papu gas underground from Atuabo to the western part of Ghana, eastern part of Ghana, southern part of Ghana, then to the north, underground to various homes to create jobs. Yeah, but anything as James say, means the creative job. Oh, there, interview Alioma. He was talking about Zongos here, you know. Yeah, I think he left all the Zongos, no, most of them. Pipeline here, pipeline underground, no. If you train your money, TV.
Yes.
Oh, here, oh, what I say. Maybe Don't mean anything about housing. Now I work in the council. They train me for about 3 months, 4 months. Now I am housing officer. I am housing officer. This is what John Dramani Mama is talking about. FPP really are abano. Pipeline I say this happen under the whole country. But you must stop no. Kind of natural reason. Tell me an embrace. It's me idea we are. Do we need IMF? When you talk to them, do we need IMF? Because gas, you know, a bed generated the car, various homes they will pay monthly. And
yo, your friends here, they are phone line so. I'm sure say be next week, you know.
Remember down, never take a Ghana from 39 days the election. You know, God bless you.
Yo, bless you too. You're train come the deputy communication officer Edema, the National Democratic Congress here in the United UK, and your friend is saying Ireland, you know, at the Aten and Kano. Nti wo hwe yen ya hwe wa bibia wo hwe bia no watch parties ni na no nso betimi ayede nso betimi ahye yen ko phone line so hello, good morning, Sabatu emo akwaba.
Doctor, good morning. That's the same.
Adumo.
Good. Submit to us here. I will say a big year. Say we don't need anybody to lecture us. The rater IMF and Ankasadia to us who drew this level. You are in HEPIC. Sana will party as Ghana, you rate and you drew or yatra.
Ye wom, you be man.
Common sense.
Common sense, that's all. Yes, your common sense. We don't need anybody to come and tell you and I say a woman. People should stop playing with words because you say Ghana for the do an school. And then you know ignorance the dorsal. It's a bar, they are kegu. Now,
apart from Ghana for the Donanko school, yeah, party side do. The party side na make an
send them who opposition in Kwana Muhu and your my
Daddy neighbor. Yeah, party side say, me MPP me NDC Nintino. Bibi Kura na Esikura ya kana memfound. Me defend me party. Sana ekoso. Sana ma ekoso ya wo kana no pay me TV. I am one say, maybe be a TV be a UT one or pay will no say, and your common sense say, I be we see ye. I see dear, and dear a honey. And you're simple. Sure, doctor, I used to say, maybe I will call Ghana, yes, a cocoa test weight a waha to 150 pounds. Within 72 hours, would you drew Ghana, yes, I see to a scanning in your fufro. I asked me could a certificate and spy, and so, certificate, you know, won't pay. And so why now can't I mean conquer? And to also explain it today will be I know because then what is the point of doing and then within that time I should say will be put insurance I work with MOT. Now we any SSI for so to the maker not to say the way I papa no. But and then what making it clear ma will be kura won't swing idea to seminate as you say. Yes, you would drew 70, would drew 76 mark, would drew 8. You are within the epic zone. Yako yatra into your womb. We don't need anybody to come and tell you about doctor. Me penya kasa be bra church no mam eye also a chan. Mamin kasa MPP for take Ghana for a ride. And no maybe or moya me jono moment say. Why is it that Munko and the Biamoba? Nama Bobbisia, Namo dear pick near the Kache. A Biamun say, who can say MPP are buying a buy or see a currency no was sort of doing to a tier rating or so. Any idea if you can buy from the Mutrasica from my
yes.
MPP are buying us about 100 and 200 note. And to be some say, they are practicing the first and where are we? They are make an what I say. Yamba Kurum Hakurano, not a rate £50. And the yes, a fassa says he can kutani and so to Nebona, who bet me a Fausika back. A told Zuma over for their back, and only exercise he can for. And I can say 50 note to Nona enter on Messano. But you try 100, you try 200. Who would you? Who buy an over tissue? And I want us what's happened was a bit 100 note and such a 200 note. Look at our mind to Ghana, you know to me higher. Obi our tongue go crowd will be. Obi our tongue they will take table so now okutabi. But my main call opinion only needing come a year MPP ni.
Isa Ayoma, Nasara coordinator.
Bibi answers are when politician. Under the NDC, MPP they are court for almost 1 year. Do you know how many investors are now among Ghana? They don't want to put your money through.
Enti jina homa me. Enti se wo de wo kan. Let us say if we are being candid to the factor, the borrowing is made necessary by COVID-19. No, I'm ever say be a deputy finance minister Kweku Kwating enamo a wo kikan say ene akwa kobobusia because of COVID-19. Afi so asanso kra say eye banking clean up no na mass anwoma yina no etimi buaye say yenkonkope ye bosia bono yem kobe mo bosia ye fansa be shemi ana wonso so wo ka wo de say your friend is saying
Doctor Meka Drew ho me de na Meka ne say emra MPP for the call court no investors no mo
the same thing na MPP for so kire say this particular year no so no COVID-19 inti
doctor me ba o ya de no ya nto di say because of court nti I am a franka say embe Jessica Ebiamu na dum so say higher satam no. I am a fofuanka say because of dum so ekoso moment. Mombeji sikam fanso masen. Under the leadership na Akufo-Addo no. Pandemic no krampom ba ye no. Na ye economic no enye dada. Pandemic no ba na modi kwachi sika. Enu akire no. Sika na John Dramani Mahama musu wanja mo hwe wo de toto ho. Ema mo no. Modi mu nsako kobubu mu. Enti perhaps and pandemic no kura ma mo kwan e ma mo de kobos besia bebrea anka wo mo de share economy no o ma fanhim o ma ye no chop enu ti na e ma bebi a ye woyi minua me ndada besia ye bo ye ne de na eda ho a ye si ye mfa ye nsambo mu ni na mfa ncha aduane o mo so mo de bi a chensuo ni ade no doctor ebi mo ayo makan ne say they have done well than Great Britain when it come to Britain is Prime Minister said,
yeah, finish for me. Now, me kwa amane so.
I know say, yes, if you think you are behind your bills, apply for support to me, boy. Obi apply in a young man. Aha, ye no ma genuine kase pandemic but you still pay your bills. Offer say won't pay your bills. Go and apply for benefit that is available. For you to tell us after all this borrowing, no, but say because of pandemic, mama time because pandemic.
You, mommy, call phone line so. Na many Krobia Nkasa. Bedasi. You, Bedasi. Krobia. Good morning. Good
morning.
I'm watching.
Adumo.
Okay.
Yeah, doctor.
Yes.
I'm saying me ma one a chief in action.
A chief for you so.
Let me say, per way you interview, you also interview a discussion.
Discussion. In common.
For discussion, who my teen and okay. Doctor, answer my comment. Would you hear him? What's a you say radio?
Yes,
And
that's so dear.
But the whole thing is, the truth always hurts.
And one
so kind of sometimes that's how it should be.
Oh, Debbie, now yes, Christo crab by a crab. Yes, Christo crab by a crab. You can once me kwame at one.
Sometimes so movie so it will be attacked or said Dr. We are by now. Where is your stand? Doctor, no credit woman say you were Nyansa. Any war school Nyansa school I didn't go in a Nyansa. You see, dear, by Nyansa, dear, you see, your war, no way, Jimmy, said you, no way, Jimmy, Nyansa and Yabi. Any will be a walk school. A teenage dear, was sheer at the end to a baby. But I know says, any pan or moon and moon Nyansa. Say, be out in my sea, dear.
Oh, I'm a tears,
yes. You see, now it drew me be a we were kind of walk school, and now you wait, you will school the oh, but a name Yansano, two opposite, and yet back because you're Hungana, you're Wagana, you are not for almost a cry a first degree, Omunia first class, a you. Our PhD money on masters.
That's Ghana, you're professor, I'm president.
Obiako Harvard, Obiako Cambridge, Obiako Oxford. It doesn't come in this, discussion. No, I can't. So what for Harvard, what for Oxford, what for Cambridge? That's still not their own paper one. It has nothing to do about school. I will call it. It's only the young fan to baby. Now you face the reality. Now your Bible, your Bible, so we have to learn and learn more. Doctor,
yes,
Ghana, you come Kobo Bosnia. So what you say? Almost say banking sector cleanup. I'm Kobo Bosnia. But my question is, say cleanup nearby, customers were they paid? Banks no you buy plans then the government needed to so we'll restructure the banks and I say we just to work because as of now our bank you go no the na say see yet me building up be customers are no more depositors you say have they been paid? It is a bank no my yoko jebosia says he can hear the ebia minimum dear no mementias here into be to match them as here. We call Harvard, we call Cambridge, we call Oxford, in India, here, we match them as here because I want to know what they use that money for because I know for fact said customers were not paid. Customers were not paid, and none of these banks almost restructured banks, or forever. It is Escano, Yokobo Bosiano, away.
Joe,
yeah, doctor, some way, my man what we say, a discussion, Miliano ever can say, former president, he's a liar. Kind of correct. But he has been a former president. Because people will not say anything. Because a free let me a free baby. Into ABR, and yet free people should be but son never called there. And you'll be so back because I know people are so also Sabio or no so a man from Mutinetino. More did I regard Emano. Mamma so also a tita for Joe also cannot can year. At the end of the day, we'll be so bad there.
Line are hot. Men coffee for us. Hot night to us. Hot night. Me that's it. Line are hot. Crab ya. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, doctor.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, okay.
What to say?
It's just coincidental. Say, Crobia Fran, Obi beka say yes, she say the spirit into the spirit no. Hey. Ntia kesen koma obi bia sabato ne obi bia. I don't want to mention them. So, but you see, the meka semenya krobia no say. You see wuti pumpu ayeden.
Obi di
e bia na ayeden
ko obi nkwan.
Harvard.
Ko obi nsu kwan so me pepa o.
Na Harvard ne Cambridge ne toilet no commission. Harvard ne toilet no commission. Nti no wuti pumpu obi di say bia yanko Harvard no for yensi toilet because I know say me my assemblyman ye scale why you pushing a ban because my assemblyman crowd commission toilet in you know. Na whole government toilet no commission. My assemblyman is even useful than the government. But you see the question now will come. Must COVID into a kobo bosia. The question has to
Deputy Nyabutre Nkase Mose, Deputy Finance Minister of Ghana, a Kweku Kwati. TM Fanisa. Na Yankase MPP.
No kind of American. It's not to do with you. But the question is, COVID, no. What your friend is saying, impact and our government making like what policies we put in place. Yeah, but I say about Minica because we have invested this into kind of stopping COVID or putting measures about COVID. Rather, you use COVID way I repeat people off, and now you can say what can like we bet you $150 banana boy.
And the assembly got two a year man penny was who him maybe our man prize and about from Kakrantia Mompai.
Oh, Massa, enough of this. Is he telling me then we have a sleeping president? Send a picture behind Facebook. Are you telling me that COVID within 2-3 months of COVID years, your former company, your money contract, president was your name. Hey, now they are mining a team. I tell mining a team, ye, or be Korea, their presidency. Ye empty country to or semi ye contract yama or a year a dear or my dear or be better or not can say COVID now affected country there. Yes, country be also president knows what is going on. And this our president it's all not yet the contract are dear affecting a country no. That's also you nim nothing or matter what a joke. What a joke. And I in Kansas I can't think far no. Now maybe the kakra me can me say. Open. So if you live in a country and you don't have the voice, when people do things, represent your idea, you need to applaud those people. And you know, I applaud him. Now, German philosopher, be a friend Herder, or proposing the idea of pluralism.
Yes, Herder.
You know, you know, patrons will be our views. Let us respect the views. Send your Hindika say. Now the number one. Now,
you know, can ask them to Wasaba out to say, Mount Fantina see you.
I mean, the association, I see Antina, you mean, who representing me view. Me view, listen. So, who will be yeah? You're more 4 years, and now, Fina, I could not to come. What's any pickers out to another cab?
Gasco.
You see, no, let us, because look, my question maybe San Obiama answer, whether I can say the same people for this affair. So Boris Johnson or the Akunya to come Kwanki Rebecca say. And now Mahama or the Akunya to come to point left, right, and center and then Rebecca. Rebecca said the sub your attorney or Nima Mambre.
That's it. I mean, go phone. Let me go phone. That's it. Yo, I mean, go phone.
Thank you.
That's it. June, no. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Adumo, a free year, no, organizer. Deputy.
Because the bar month was here no more pressure number.
We are my minimum tiffy. One more dinner, one more. People mu sausage ni omu beans bi edie wo be kana yes near the abaka say your station here a friend say
omu be papa na omu ntunu fu mayone ni wanya de tene mata ye nyina de ehwe ne senka Ghana ye ho atoye nanka obi besie ye de kakra ye nya akoboa ye kuro nanka ye tie kuro mo
okure
but aho kira ene sibia niama ekwoso sese no enu nti na se be yaka akwantu Inti no senya ya beka aban bi de ya kan de ada na aban bi de duru ya kan mu de musu ena kura monka because we yi nkrofo agu ho a omo eba bromo yan hwe the time John Mahama ne NDC na wo mo bobusia a wo mo busia no kura yenim na dudu o ba bi ekoduru ye a wo mo free so no enso yentie mo radio stations ani amanfo na kan na mo ka enso that time no IMF fo an kan kire ye say ye ko hipito
yeah bi
kana men kire wadi bi MPP fo ani akufo ado mo kro no wo mbobo Ghana nti enti no mba ye no wo mo pe kwan bi e ye say ye free IMF because wo bobusia na oni obi a wo control no oni obi a wo tia ne naso enti the time NDC wo wa ye ko IMF no yan de ko say ye benya ye nyema nyina in the good faith say ye ya de anya obi betimi atia ye wo ho enti wo hwe ye busia ne ye bo na ye bo no compassion ye de ya de pa what I say because ye busia bo ho na ma ye wisu wa de bi say 5 then what's following because ye busia na ma busia na ye adwuma teneka what I say na airport you see no Tamra 3 and if I some a day you say it's na COVID nearby na a day person that's a premier over 1 million in discussion and ba nensem and so kufu ado ne nkofo o ma bo wa mamu nti ngomu de sa airport no kura so koton o mu koton adi no manu enti no mo sha da yi IMF wo free ho no mo nya kwan abopusia emfa kwan so busia sabi adwene nim and na mo ko busia abaye kenke party na sa Ghana kwa hepika wo pon kroma be gina wo be ka kire se yankwa hepik ni yani efra ya shosi yenim de yakoso
enti co-porter ye charge cha no de wuhu bi enye se boa
na co-porter na no be ka wo asama abruwa bi aba osu
oh na se boa na se ya de papa
na boa ye boa ni se no kura sa gu aba we ni mo ate se na wiase nyina ya se kramentin na sha wo no eni awuwo ukro mu no utwa sibidie Uchasi bidia ma wia pokro no mu a yenya nsuo bibia sai abra abai bi wo ho no wotima gas aba system na ma gas ayefo nti wa che cylinder ta amanfo nwisu gas ni na nua ni nya kwan nyiri enyiri na yenya environment papa no na wo bai what to gas ma cylinder ta amanfo apako mu cylinders crop na wa
one village one dam who be 1 million 1 million 1 constituency un sanka bi un peso asu
so we say ya wo obi a woni ma de ne be ka say na papa ya wo ya hosi won kenkan
oh
na woni de akoso woni kuro
na de aye koso am ebubo so ama wi
ya say bia ma ya say wo ka bia bo ma nya say wo be ka say bia unim de wo ka but me say wo so unim nya ma nyina o ti ase because one dem very one kura le wo na wo bo so na kata ya papam na ngomba so mbeya enko mo manifesto no enka wo so mo sa de shem sa de ya nwie no ya to aso o da wo aba wo manifesto mbi one day one party you say about wo manifesto mbi
This is GN Radio UK
about wo manifesto mbi 1 million per page constituency about wo manifesto mbi esa sa yan training kontompa wo mo de ba da na fo ni nyina sha ene report na wo de ba no mo nti asio ena no ododio ena ni 3 days that's it panyini ba ku jira campaign se wa jonso no dia bia na ya timber port na ko mu ko pato no ma
ye fancy na ne de minimu samu deputy organizer NDC ye fancy ya
mo fa kru abade bi emma V8 na mo fa ensha ko mu na ba bia papa di dra so ba jonso na mo ya
there be ye man pay you know ready not on my show ye that's yanko fa hello good morning hello.
Good morning, Dr. Ren.
Ernesto, upon to say, Nasara, coordinator, and come on to train ye.
My tenant Kappa, my brother, senior communicator, Isa Ayoma.
Yes, free education in Tiamanco, form for 1 more fasten and concussion in training 9 soon to be a move. Adena Moyasa.
Tell no dear, when you send no dear, the Papa, education dear. President Vicatria, is the only idea Bema here niba to send me a mystery at Chinekrum. Anywhere or Fane, on an anne crime and chroma, or quite this adult. A better table, so did what
ye, Abrantia way, young man, I will fair would you echo anywhere yet, Coco him.
So ask my doctor, sir, ask my master on the yard. The only idea that me I start near education. Nti sayaba na ya ma 1.2 million enkwara ekusu dia doctor na che say tia nye bibia kura na muntimi nye free on sankofa obi a unnecessary then it's impossible this is 20 years.
Ususu say Ghana for kofa sa oye part ni ba engofo be sa akọ e de omo ma akọ start say mo hwe nwan zo wo eni na ntwi
no mo pe no nipa original simply so ka tell say Ghana for yare we free say bi ya de no nye eduma because edu baby no ono ne egu financial microfinance 82 90,000 customers of DKM wa mo bia 1 CD no even a peswa extra catch you almost say me kwa de nyi omom ye nyina ka ho o sa catch say say ono ne wo fa one co school no doctor on fanisika nkoto DKM enye investment no
what kind those time I can say you charge your phone do nteme you charge your phones ana that time na working
tell me pana that time me nua ba ko no baba shop the program na program ko yimi tia just also generator na me ma me tons me ma me ba ko to ekutonsu ontimi nhye ni nsu because oni eyi odi ko so ni fridge na nipa no yesu so ma ye light na dumso by that time me ma me ko Ghana by oba o se ntia ba Ghana ye friend dumso me ma dumso na wa di so me ma mahama o
ya mahama
e ma me ko to phone bi ma no se friend Ghana for to phone di se mahama ji na ni so that time na nipa na ka che o se ja o phone charge na mo phone so do so and stand when na light obeto and I say why you want so per light we so tria more or to move 45% increment tariff and so your light doctor o de ma mensam embassy kakra bi economy asema media no na ya me ya no because
now who calls some
assuming that admitting cry on the worst case scenario say they do Mahama de na bontin say Ghana for epic as to admit without just say in the worst case scenario cry no what is the alternative? The alternative, let's say, doctor, young for your economy, in comma, president under the watch. Okay, say, when I'm panning in Amana, I
don't know, can
if you say any power in the system or person or Babaya, the Messiah or Babaji economy, Nana.
And to just a bit here, we are party, and I just hope so can say, so now who calls Samu, eh?
Doctor, Mammy break it down, you said COVID declared by any economy system here. Government the program be by the state 700 million alleviation program or the mark. Small, medium enterprises.
No correct.
Almost 50% basic allowance, salary allowance for healthcare workers. Almost free tax exemption for frontline workers or who dealing with COVID.
No correct.
Free water, free light since April, doctor. Problem the what we are here, 1 month free light since April. Tell me.
Tuaso.
Mr. So Bobby Di Mame.
Oh, Tuaso. See it.
It is a mobile now by your politics. Now the Oka and I say. I mean, what you make all gun and in out if you are no Kata. Then this in English, don't know Kata, any a cohepic, any a Borossi, near Borossia with our say. Now, said you like to now, Madam, and I so now many free from April. No, if I took for one ever.
Why never to ya? And no, where you okay?
Yes, and some man, yes, one for man and 10 feet from if business can cry upon and one idiot.
Hey, when you say somewhere, the one what can he say and pay? I send me already about I'm a man for fun and say, Abranti, I'm so persuaded Cassatia Ghana fool. Now watch a Ghana for dia.
So me cassette me no be me nye Mahama me nye sa e cassette politics no oye.
Na obi a wo kase insu amanfo nyinya free no na fe kaba yen say yen ka no ntum.
Doctor enye kana ba. Thank you see an enu NDC for na yete. Maboketu mabobosia ma de hu dia mode. Na me bisa say ye de bosia na start hwe ye ho say be ya ho che na ba from April no. Ama your life are easy. Na yen progress to the next level of a year because you see as also your budget had to call parliament last year now. There's a 100 billion care program in the next government. You look like that. You better revamp your businesses now. A collapse and I say or must struggle under corona.
Nature say meeting we here analyzing your friend is saying the revenue shortfall of COVID-19, the physical impact, and say the borrowing was to fill in the gap.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, no revenues na pen, and doctor, revenues na pen because. First of all, you say revenues no keep free here panaba.
And COVID-19 into borders no was closed into now and go soon to me mba inside. And by your business, I mean no kase crowd your borders no crowd so still also is being closed. Internet just say you take me here we here there. Na just say to fill in the gap and untra. Koso.
Doctor, what me that was say? One say share your borders now you close. Now you refeed the larger, One say you move be trade on the land border in terms with a
yes, Burkina Faso.
So that land border is too close. It is affecting even economic activities along those lines.
And amount for crasa, I must say for no crowd kosoro.
And I make good impact the economy now. You have to look at that on the last year. Maybe I'll say, where does a bank get money from? And you tax that, and I send this guy for Ghana, Kakane, a bank, and a bank.
You're not facing for mommy. Name go for no so.
And now, and your man, what say, yes, to your boss, because maybe the alternative, no. There is no alternative.
Yes.
Because ultimately, for economy in Koma, John Mahama, what you are economy call IMF. Not like I told you, when I'm telling now, and I don't mean finance, don't mean first student, don't teacher training, any nursing training allowance. About we buy, That your money now with teacher and nursing training allowance. And your man may stay free in as what are they man.
I say, Majibre, Nama Pena, Mepemre, now when a chan, my baby shower, Hania to Kim. First, Nami hope me phone, so I am very busy, hot to pa. It's all Hena, maybe about Quebec or so, Hena Sakin and Ekupa. Doctor, you know, ye chrono, we are him for me pa. Now, that way, you could see NDC for part Numa. And Kawanga or Heno, by this time you're tuno. And I see a kuno because you do no way. Where the strong allegation, Pana will make you know.
What the body, my mentor on it, and now, what the doctor in my scenario? So watching your soy and no, actually, you fee, catch your son and a kufado, but we are aware. Send an kufado. If you have any sentiment against Nana Akufo-Addo, why would you make that journey to go and greet Nana Akufo-Addo?
Winning baby, sad story in fancy. Me womu dito be wo papa. I recording be abe me. My main fancy. Na me go phone line so. Yanko phone line so. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. And next to me pembre. Now, hello, good morning. Wow, man so.
Yeah, good morning, doctor.
Echia, jina suma me na me fa we. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, doctor.
Joe,
just 2 seconds. 2017, Minister of Finance echo Parliament to request for some monies and all that. And some of these monies not requesting. One was from the Heritage Fund, right? And they say, because of Mohammed, this kid in a Heritage Fund, they see then our minister. I mean, we need to be truthful. Now, to borrow the words of Honorable Kennedy, Japan. GDs are some kind, and Yaku for MPP, no, name of this MPP. Thank you. The word to the wise.
Uswecha, yanko anywhere.
Opa, many Ernesto. Debate because I can't take 9 days. I don't know 40 days. Energy sector, Opa, Ernesto, Ombra Studio, yes, energy sector,
yo, next week.
Now, the mechanic also joke, a healthy fund near you. Jane Critique, second fund. Yes. And I was had 10 in I thank of a buy. Even no security infrastructure fund. Who's kind of $270 million.
Yes. Yay. Where you?
So the money. And I politicians fund and so now $207 million. $207 million. Then second funds now $200 million, including Ghana Cocoa Root Fund. I call it indicated loan. The CNT $150 million. The Empire Cocoa Roots across the country for 5 years. I did acquire an and say MPP buying almost so more yet auditing Cocoa Rules. And yes, stamp $10 million come out to Dako, and then the Liga, yes, from African Liga Associate, say, auditing. Report now I am ready. Among publishing now with the star rain, one can say also the castle NBC, the car almost on publishing.
Yes, it is a book copy.
Publication and newspaper. But when you say you draw budget, another can first cocaine, about almost 400 pages, but it's in PDF. Yes, quality. We are waiting for the report.
Yo, yeah, fancy.
Me to challenge and next to say, Opa. And I cut 39 days. Anytime the oil is ready, energy sector. Debate for energy sector.
That's it. Yo, also Chani attaining Kano, nature say, maybe I saw tear we. Now, my main car was Ochna. Oh, your name, Dr. Solomon. Ever dream Komoa. Hey, Kwabena Solomon. Abrantiana Galamsey. Walk off far by any Ochnadi no and I heard be a Kevin Taylor so just almost United Kingdom or move from America money be who come up papa and here watchna yene Dr. Solomon hey asempa ni idiot you wait.
This is GN Radio UK.
As I drive, I hear my telephone ringing. As I answer, I see my fan lady passing. Before I realize I'm a car, they forgot her. I woke up in the morning, driver for public workers. As I drive, I hear my telephone ringing. As I answer, I see my fan lady passing. Before I realize I'm a car, they forgot her. So now who calls her? Give me the telephone or the fine lady. Company driver, wait, I'm going to tell my boss.
Enti nyame ya ademo china 7:30 pepe aha UK time. Yene Dr. Solomon Owusu.
Give me the telephone or the fine lady.
He's a doctor in a year. Mining engineering. MPP ni mapa. Oh no, na His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo PM United States of America. And since MB SEC, yeah. Why do you opinion so the Dr. Rain better train come? Whether the economy is broke or not. And then next time, you know, what is the next alternative? This is as we would to my a channel because the alternative is Mahama fa. As answer and then as we got just alternative be no idea and yourself show number 1 na now the Danko Akufo-Addo His Excellency. Yeah, fans also a man for boy papa. Minya mami musu pepe akaba 10 minutes bi na mama musu minya mami musu ana chese DJ Amani up next on so de enwum papa de aberewo kama.
This is GN Radio UK.
Now who they call Sam? I'm in for my last caller in just 1-2 minutes. Hello, good morning. Bonnie tell mami. Sima emienu Bakubi. Segabu ni.
Morning, Dr. Rain.
Yes, Segabu.
Yeah, me boss you na the biya me yes na. Before no the biya me boss biya. Emma mo kwa me maso. Last week na phone me tiase me ya emma mo wase. Uzi esime Kenya. what is the IMF? It is one figures. It is all about people.
That's it.
It is all about people.
That's all.
And school free is all about people. The ambulance about is all about people. Drones in the room, the medicine could do in a timely fashion. It's all about people. It's all about and that's MBB now we interview. You take an alien, there were 1,800 Zongo communities. Statistics. So, wouldn't you want to come see TV news? I think see a month, yes, Nipa say. Facts and figures and Sarah here power. Zongo community are declared. Your whole ministry, so Bua Simbiku to Kokanasemo. It is all by your ability to mobilize the internal resources to generate and bring the maximum source of Abitman Medipan. It is all about people here. What a land here. Let me say, you're quite tolerant of community. And you want to say any achievement. We want bigger, higher standards. Nanado, the Dankwa, only Bauma. They'll be the first people to admit, say, the one person come, a crown person come together for good. You know, Holmesa. But you see, why you be? Let me lay this down.
Sir Gabo, you know what? Time minute, me 1 minute.
It is all about people. This is what the people have experienced. It's all about people.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, Gabo na 18 kano. Me time no I be yes DJ Amani ebeba, but ansana DJ Amani beba no tiwe emame. Ebusia hana nyame bepa me de asie. The name of course is Dr. Rena. Midamu ina mo ase. Empire bonus nyankopon entine ni mu emfanchire yen. But of course remember that the fact that we differ from the same opinions does not make us an enemy. Let us all be tolerant and respect each other. After all, if you back enjoy and I love you so much. A big thanks to you, DJ Big Joe, for helping me out. Nyame adoma watchna. Yene Dr. Solomon Owusu between komo. Gracias and peace and love.
Like to try something, but your world would have crumbled. Cause behind thy back, you like to grumble. And before I face, you always have fumble. I beg you don't throw stones, no. And if you can't take blows, why don't throw blows? Said if you live in a let every radio station be silent and let the world listen to GN Radio UK. Oh, Dr. Ren, the beacon of morning shows, you king of the airways. Yes, I say it. Shine and sound, for the world is listening to you. Black tornado that shapes our terrible democracy. Yes, fairy oratory of African soil. You are hard like the diamond. Ghana for the truth was showing.